Assalamu alaikum, people. You're live with the Judge Boys. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Cool. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullah, people. Welcome back to episode
12
of the Jollof after Jummah podcast. Zakhla here for joining us again. Obviously, I get out the way early. Socials, Jollof after Jummah on the Insta, Jaj_pod on Twitter, and on YouTube, Jollof after Jummah. Is that what the YouTube name is?
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'm seeing more views than subscribers. That's which is jarring me. Are you mad? I sound like Dullah. But yeah, man, subscribe to the thing. Leave some comments. Let's get the conversations going, inshallah. But obviously, most importantly, thank you for joining us. Yeah, man.
It's good that people are watching because the podcast numbers have actually gone down because people are watching on YouTube.
But they haven't. But the thing is, yeah. But what's sick is that it's like they've gone down, but they've barely gone down. So it's like like a new tapping into a new setting. Because I thought, one's just gonna directly take from the other, but a lot of it is growth in it. So
yeah, logistics, man, that makes sense. Still,
obviously,
that makes a lot of sense.
Doing it on YouTube, obviously, like we've been missing a trick.
Well, wait, hold on. I got a question. Wait, quickly. What's going on? Certain man or what?
Huh?
Certain man or what?
You just heard. Your ears. Your hair was in your ears.
Yeah. Is it?
You look scatty, bro. Are we real?
What,
that's
me?
mad, you know.
It's the point.
That's
the point.
Certain man, they bagging it. They bagging. They let themselves go in it.
Bro,
when
man get married and they just lose themselves.
Nah, it's not even about marriage, bruv. It's not even about marriage. Listen, when man's you're gonna see the transformation. That's the point. When man's good.
Dullah's the equivalent of the wife.
I won't need to say nothing. You get me? I'm looking to pop up on a pod, and you will know. You will know in it. That's the point.
I say Ghost back. Ghost is
what are you man saying now? What are you man saying now?
I'm good, man. As I was saying before, I'm tired, mad tired. That's why man's got the obviously no advertising, but man's got something there. Huh?
No advertising.
Something legal though.
You're trying to get a bag. You're trying to get a bag.
Oh, no, this is only what, like a 4%, so it's calm, man. It's halal.
4% what?
Huh?
4% what?
Ibs, I was a resident Apple product specialist. Tell me why?
I heard Ibs was twerking outside Westfield for PS5. You know, is this true?
Mad, extremely mad.
And that's your boy, bro.
I was delivered to my house, bro, about twerking.
Bust it open for a real PS5, yeah.
Hey, relax.
Impossible.
Nah, but I'm livid, bro. Like,
what?
What's going on? How man ordering a phone and it don't come with no charger? What's this?
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
Eco-friendly.
Man pay £800 for a phone and it don't come with a charger.
Came with a wire though, innit?
What am I gonna do with a wire?
How's man backing them up?
You have to get your own mains.
Should I go there and whip them with the wire?
Yeah, they'll get rid of the wire soon as well. They'll just start sending you the phone soon.
Oh, I didn't even know it came with the wire.
The phone. So I should just what should I do? What should I do with just the phone when it goes flat?
Charge it separately.
I should make the wire.
You have to charge it separately, innit?
Plug it in the potato, fam. I swear that's the science thing.
I think
plug it with what? When they're not going to give you a wire.
I think it's because they're trying to be more environmentally friendly, innit? So
nonsense.
This is your company, man. Your company.
I paid $8 bills.
What they said, this I don't. It's nothing to do with me. This is what they said.
Look at him, like he's being sponsored by them or something.
For a phone, pay $800 for a phone, and it don't come with a charger, an adapter.
Boy, kilo coming.
The earpods was the first one. I thought, okay, cool, it's an accessory. But now you got the actual phone that doesn't come with an adapter. I have to pay extra for an adapter.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Did you get the phone? Because you got a new thing, innit? What did you get?
I got the 12. I'm on it now.
Wait, so you cast Apple and then you're holding a new Apple product?
Leave
Both,
him.
you know.
Leave him.
No, this is my last. If this doesn't last 3 years, I'm going on
Do
Android.
you know what's mad? Do you know what's mad? Dula, I remember sitting down with you in 2016 or something, fam, with your iPhone 8, and it was bust up yet. This is my last Apple.
8. I've never had the 8, bro. I had the 6. I had the 6 Plus.
That's even worse. It was
then
a
I
6
got the
plus.
10.
Yeah, so you had a 6 plus.
I got the 6 Plus. Then I got the 10 after that because I'm not one of these fools that are that are upgrading phones every year. What?
Rah. Ibs, apparently, I think he's talking to you now.
He's not talking to me because I haven't upgraded my phone every year. He's not talking to me.
I'm not even talking about you, bro. I didn't have you in mind. I just meant people like as a society.
I know you tried to send for me.
That was a send. Hey, let's move on, man.
Bro, if I was sending for you, I'll send for you, bro. Nah, bro. As a society,
sense intention, you know.
As a society, consumerism is at an all-time high. People upgrading like cars. Cars are now disposable. 50k on a car is high mileage. And people are upgrading phones every year. But I think it's getting better in regards to that. I think for the 12 there was no queues. Whereas iPhone 10, iPhone 8, people are queuing outside, all this stuff. Even Xbox, I think the queues were way less compared to Xbox that comes out every 5 years or what.
No one's checking for Xbox anymore. That's why.
Xbox is dead. That's why.
Anyway, I don't know about these things, but iPhone's ridiculous, man. Getting a new phone every year. So I got the 6S, then I got the 10. So I got the 6 Plus, then I got the 10, and now I got this because that thing was just doing a madness.
So you had the 4 as well.
You didn't answer my question.
You like the first person man ever saw with a 4, fam. Man rocked up with it in what?
That was the first iPhone I had. But
Adole, you didn't answer my question though.
What was your question?
That I remember many years ago sitting with you, and you had an iPhone. It must have been the 6. It wasn't an 8. And I remember
the 6 Plus.
My last iPhone. These people, they just
I didn't say that.
these dead phones and you know that's how you talk dead phones. And, I button up.
Nah. As I said, I was having a discussion with Ahmed the other day. You know what it is the interface. The interface is there's what I said. There's few things in this dunya that are simple, but almost not perfect, but almost perfect. Like brilliant. That's the thing about that's the only thing about iOS and the way you can tether it to other devices, MacBook, AirPods, Apple Watch.
It's convenient, isn't it?
Convenient. Trying to get a job.
Very convenient.
You're trying to get a job.
Assalamu alaikum. You are now locked into Jollof after Jummah.
Nah, but I wanna go on a rant about something else as well. That's just
what's your rant?
This is actually mad. So, like, as you guys know, I'm not the first person to pull the race card and whatnot. But I'm also not someone who, if there's an issue about race or there's a debate, I'm not gonna be a pick-me. I'm not gonna be someone who's gonna be like, oh, it's because the only reason why this happened to you is not because of race. I'm not gonna be the first one to do that, innit? Chances are there's a valuable or there's a credible excuse or argument to why this person believes they are in a certain situation because they are black or because they are of an ethnic minority. Now, I'm now in a situation where I'm trying to move house. I'm trying to move closer to London for many reasons. And I let my estate agent know that I'm moving. I signed the release, whatever, called them, told them I'm moving. This was about a month and a half ago. Now, my due date to move is December the 12th. I've been calling. I've probably called for over 40 places. Same story. I'll call you back. I'll send you, and obviously, when the lockdown started, I'll send you a virtual viewing, blah, blah, blah. None of these, only one place sent me only one place called me back out of over 40 places that I've called to it's come to the point where they do virtual videos as part of the pictures they put on the ad on Zoopla, and I'm like, I don't even wanna come to view the property. I just want to place a deposit. I just want to place a holding deposit. They start doing the referencing and take my money. The money's there. Just take it. I'm not going to fail referencing. I've never ever missed rent. None of this. We've never had complaints for good tenants. Blah blah blah. Now, not a single one of them has sent me has done any of this. I'm thinking, why? Like, why is this the case? Why are estate agents such pricks? Forgive me for my language. Like, why are they just nonsense? Why are they doing madness? So I just thought, let me just randomly Google racism, estate agents. I don't think anything will come of it, but and lo and behold, a couple of articles, black and minority, over 90% of complaints. And I was just like, wow. Because I faced this before. When I moved in on my ones before I got married, like back in the day when I was at uni, I faced this before. But again, I'm not someone who automatically thinks, oh, it's because I'm black. I'm someone who I'll rather put the work in to the point where it's man's doing a Lewis Hamilton thing where my talent is just, you cannot deny, like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
So when it's come to this now, and I'm just like, you know what, let me just Google it and see. I'm like, and the thing that blows my mind is, as I'm reading the articles, I'm seeing stuff that people who have let's call it symptoms, people who have been in situation have complained about the same things. Oh, saying you would get a call back, they never call back.
You know,
like I've literally been gone.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you don't want to say, you don't have to. What areas are you looking at?
So I've been looking at places that are within London, but not too close to London. And so these are like Dartford, Basildon, St Albans, Raynham, Gillingham, where else? Even closer to your area, if you don't
I'm
mind me
surprised.
saying.
I can't lie. I'm
Kent
surprised
Essex,
to hear
basically.
you say that. Huh?
Pardon?
So Kent Essex, basically.
So these are like 3-bedroom houses.
But
So
even
2
still,
3-bedroom houses.
I was thinking that maybe if you're looking at predominantly white areas,
yeah.
Maybe that's the reason. But I'm still kind of surprised to hear you say that, because I've been doing the same thing recently and I haven't encountered any difficulty.
What? So they just tell you to book a viewing straight away? Did they tell you that they're gonna call you back straight away and book a viewing?
No.
They say, "Oh, we want to book a viewing straight away today."
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So
okay.
What
I'm not undermining your point. I'm just saying I'm surprised.
What information
I hope I'm
do
wrong.
they have?
I really do hope I'm wrong. But
what information do they have when
so
when
what happens usually
when you
is
make
they
an
ask
inquiry?
you. So they ask you, okay, who's going to be living there? Is it just you? I say no. It's going to be me and my wife. Do you have any pets? Are you smokers? No. And then they ask you for your name. And then my first name is a Muslim name. My last name is a Nigerian name. So they're like, oh, okay, we'll give you a call back. And after lockdown, we'll send you a virtual viewing. Never heard anything again. Some of these places I'll call back 2-3 more times. Yeah, we're just waiting for the landlord. I'm like,
maybe
I don't care.
That's a professional issue. That
again,
bro. Okay, I think I'm not, because I don't explain stuff.
To be honest, because what you're saying now, I've heard before. So maybe it's another case of where I'm just an anomaly. My older brother told me the same thing, that when him and his wife were looking for an apartment, they were getting rejected just based off their names.
Sweat.
So maybe
so now I know.
Do they ask you what you do, like occupation?
Yeah, they ask me what I do.
Yeah.
So
So like,
me,
if you don't mind saying,
when it comes to
obviously you're self-employed, so like, What do you tell them is your employment? Do you put self-employed?
I told them self-employed, yeah. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know someone. Remember, I used to work at. I'm not gonna say where, but I used to work as a product specialist at a car company. I worked there for like a month, a supercar company, and I know someone well there because I didn't even have to apply for that job. They contacted me, and I left there because I just hated the work environment. But because I got a good relationship with them, usually whenever I apply for finance or anything to do with credit, because anyone who's self-employed knows that getting anything on finance or doing any finance application, because I don't really apply for much finance like that, but just doing anything where you have to enter your details for a credit check is just ridiculous. So I usually say I'm self-employed, but I'm also doing this. Or sometimes I just say I'm self-employed. I'm a director or blah blah blah.
Do you think they check? Do you think they check any of this stuff? So maybe like they
they won't check.
No, because it doesn't even get to that stage.
It's they'll hear
your
name,
salary, whatever.
Yeah.
They do that at a later stage. All they do is, even if in an early stage they ask you for your salary, they just ask you what your salary is, because
to be honest,
I think it has to be more than 300 times the rent.
Yeah.
There's been a case where even when I moved out the first time, I was getting
3 times the rent.
100 and some, huh?
Or 3 times the rent, not 300% of the rent, isn't it?
Yeah, 300%. No. 30 times the rent. Sorry, not 300, 30 times the rent, yeah. So for example, if the rent's 1,000, they want you to be earning 30,000. At least.
Oh, so the 30 times the monthly rent. Yeah.
The monthly, per calendar month, yes.
Yeah.
30.
So the estate agent.
The combined household, sorry.
Was it an estate agent?
And your missing or whatever.
They're
all estate agents.
Right? Cool.
They're all estate agents.
The estate agent that you called, what's their notability? Like, are they notable, or were they just?
It's not just one. It's all of them.
Bro, you know what?
But if you're hold on, Ibs.
No, but we have to obviously, like, there's no point obviously it's good to unpacking it. Like.
Yeah, exactly. So all of them you're saying are they variety? So someone
I don't really explain stuff.
Someone family owned, etc. Is that what you're saying?
All kinds. Some of them are like big ones. And when you read the article,
hold on,
when I read the article,
I haven't landed at. When you go online and you search these companies and you look for, feedback from other customers and whatnot, have you done that? Because that's part of your due diligence. Have you done that?
Bro, I don't need
the thing is,
because
I don't need it. And most of the time, it shows their star rating there.
I'm not saying that you're.
I'm
not saying that you're throwing around accusations. Hold on. I'm not saying that you're like you've obviously felt this kind of way for a reason, innit? But it's like, before saying something like that, I'd say do research on the company, what their previous customers have said. Because honestly, like, I'm saying this because, like, I've worked for certain companies who have bad apples, who are as I'm sitting next to them, I'm seeing how they're communicating with customers, and it's not good at all, innit? It's disgusting. So if that customer now goes away and says, such and such about the company, and then later on I say, I work for such and such company, then it looks like it's do you get me? They'll paint all of us with the same. That's what I'm trying to say, innit? So
Mahmoud, I hear what you're saying.
I hear you.
If the same thing
doesn't matter.
If the same thing is happening to him in multiple places, he has a right to feel like that. If the
same thing,
we're talking over 40 properties.
Yeah,
I haven't got one viewing. One viewing.
Because I know that this is it's more than likely.
And you mentioned
it's more than likely. Hold on. It's more than likely what you're saying is where it is, isn't it? Because obviously we're black, we face these struggles all the time, whatever. But then my question to you is like, what are you saying then? Are you saying that it's because of where you're from that none of them are getting back to you?
Yes.
And you know what? Let me add something, yeah, because like, man, but see what you said.
I'm not the first person saying it. I thought I didn't want to think this because when I typed it in Google, I could have done this before. I've done this for the first time because I could have done this when I moved to my first place before. I didn't think of this before. It's only now where I've just thought, can't be. Let me just Google this just to see. And I've seen articles after articles saying, in fact, I'll go and read it now and in a minute and just kind of like.
Yeah, do that. What?
You want me to read it, yeah?
No, do you want me to do it?
1 second. Before you read it, let me say something, yeah? So like, but ma'am, see what you said, yeah? Like, as much as, like a company may have bad apples, blah, 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 yeah? Like, did he research companies and all that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, at the end of the day, money is money. So why is someone's money not good enough? Because,
I'll send it to the group chat.
Regardless of whatever there is, it's like, just because there's a company doing it and there's other alternative companies, it doesn't mean that it's not a problem that them companies are doing it, because that's a big problem, you know?
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not a problem. What I'm saying is there's literally a handful of people. There could be literally a handful of people in a company who are behaving like that. You get me? So again,
bro,
the example I was using,
I'm not hearing none of it.
No, but do you know what?
And you mentioned the reviews and whatnot. A lot of these ones are 5 stars. I didn't even need to look into them. I'm just remembering a lot of them because on Zoopla sometimes it show you their star rating. A lot of them are 5 stars.
Because why should you need to go and look at an estate agent's
see how racist
for what?
Yeah, I'll read it. Yeah.
I just think it's.
So I've just sent 2. I've just sent 2. One from 2013 and one from 2020.
Yeah, shall I read it?
That's just 2.
Shall I read it? Because I got the laptop.
Saying what?
Yeah, go ahead. I've sent it in the group chat.
Let me read it.
Saying what?
2 articles. One from The Guardian, one from...
Assalamu alaikum. You are now locked into the Jollof After Jummah podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate us, all of them good things there.
So this one's in The Guardian, yeah?
Don't mention their name. Don't mention their name as well.
Of the estate agent?
Yeah, don't.
But I'm not going to
lie.
Why? But why?
What? Don't, fam.
Why?
If you man want to do that when man's not there, innit? I don't want to be associated with that, fam.
With what?
Anyway, go.
Fam, it's important, man.
Cool, I'm going to read it.
Fam, if like, only God knows, innit? But you get me? They could come on and be talking about defamation of character and all that kind of stuff. Just better
take out with The Guardian, innit?
That's the content. Hey,
that's The Guardian.
It's already published.
It's published, bro. That's The Guardian's business.
This is judge, fam.
I know. Let me read it. All right. Estate agent discriminate. All right, cool. Estate agent discriminates against black people. Finds BBC investigation. Posing as a landlord, reporter uncovers London agents willing to meet request flat. London agents willing to meet request flat should not be let to African Caribbean renters. Right, that was a badness. I can read people. Estate agents in London are routinely discriminating against black people looking for a home in the private rental market. An undercover investigation has found. The BBC's Inside Out programme uncovered 10 estate agents in northwest London who are willing to meet landlord specification that properties should not. The BBC's Inside Out programme uncovered 10 estate agents in northwest London who are willing to meet landlord's specification that properties should not be let to Afro-Caribbean people. So basically, the landlords were happy to accept the landlord's request that black people can't come. Posing as a landlord who did not want to let out his flat to black people, an undercover reporter asked agents if they would be willing to discriminate against potential tenants. All 10 said that although they cannot openly bar black people, they could prevent them taking up the flat by pretending it had been let or falsely promise them to call them back. One agent from A to Z in Willesden, Brent, Bundem, was filmed by a hidden agent, or Bunda person who did it, was filmed by a hidden camera, stating that although he could not be seen to be discriminating against black people, it would not be a problem. We can't do that. We cannot be shown to be discriminated against. This is in quote. This is what he said. We can't do that. We cannot be shown to be discriminating against a community. But obviously, we've got our ways around that. Let me even. oh yeah, we can't do that. But obviously we can't be shown to be discriminating against the community. But obviously we got our ways around that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't have to tell us that. But because
what's going on?
Like yourself, 99% of my landlords, they don't want Africans. They don't want them Caribbeans and blacks or any troublesome people. He appeared to say in the footage. Another from the estate agents in National, from the estate agents National, also in Brent, was secretly filmed saying, yeah, them blacks, Afro-Caribbeans, whatever they're called. Yeah, you didn't mention that on the phone. That's not a problem. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying that. Asked how they would carry out the vetting as it was illegal. The agent from A to Z said, oh yeah, we don't say no. But what we say is, okay, we're gonna have to come back to you. That's what we say, and then we don't call them back. The agent from National said when somebody comes in, they won't basically advise them of this property being available. We say somebody's taking it, and we make up an excuse. To be honest, that's what we do. Undercover research, blah blah blah. Anyway, I think that's the gist.
There's another article. What I'm trying to say, there's another article that I read as well.
Let Mams defend the racist though.
Relax, Aki, do not do that, fam. Do not do that.
T. And I was just like, do that, fam. And then I was just like, this is exactly what I'm going through. That's where my mind started just going, because it's like they're reading a manual of exactly what I've been going through.
Yeah.
It's like I told them and then I forgot. That's how mad it was. It's like I wrote it. That's how mad it is. Like now, telling them when you're available and them picking specific times when you're not available. Them not calling you. Them and the maddest thing is, we'll just see it days later saying let agree.
Fam. Let me speak, fam.
Bro, I was speaking.
Man is in pain, bro. Let man vent. Like he's in pain.
Go on. Go ahead.
He's in pain. Severe pain.
Go ahead.
I can't look his out to me.
Speak. You're eating.
Fam. How's man gonna drop a bomb like that and say, "Mams, defend the racist," and then man can't defend the thing, fam? Listen, nobody's
been episode 12 of Jollof. I'm joking.
You know what's mad here, yeah? Huh? What's mad here is that the point that I'm gonna make, yeah, is gonna be very relatable to a lot of people.
Go ahead,
fam. If anybody's had mad experiences with racism, like, trust me, man's had some mad experiences with racism.
Of course, you're black.
Fam, what I'm trying to say, no, but I'm black and because of where I'm from, do you get me? Ibs was saying the other day that coming from where he's from, he's never experienced the amount of police stops that man has. Don't do that, it's not funny. That man has, do you get me? Ibs hasn't experienced the same amount of stops that I have.
Yeah, but Ibs don't know whether you can relate his experience.
But then just now you said raw because you're black. No, fam, because it's about where you're from. Do you get me? For from some parts, you won't experience it the way other people do. You get me?
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but
I live in Surrey and I'm moving closer to London. I don't what.
Assalamu alaikum, people. You're live with the Judge Boys. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, just kind of related to this, there was another article that came out like 2 years ago, but this was about car insurance. I don't know if you guys remember this, and it was if you put in the exact same details for car insurance, but all you change is the name. So you had, I think one of the names was like Muhammad Ali, and then the other name was like John Smith. John Smith's insurance was like £1,000 cheaper. So just based off the name, that you could see the difference in car insurance. So it's not a surprise to hear what you're saying. The only reason I just said it was when I say it's not a surprise to hear what you're saying, it's like because like you said to me, I've heard it before. It was just me being in a similar situation at the moment, and I haven't encountered anywhere near as much difficulty as you have. For you to say that 40 properties you haven't got one viewing, that's mental. Because I've been for a few.
Ridiculous.
So, can I add there?
Ridiculous.
But would you say, just to play devil's advocate, so that based on that, see that thing you said about the insurance, the John Smith, Muhammad Ali, or Ali or whatever. So from what I know of, like I got couple mates, or especially one mate that works in insurance. Yeah, it's like all of this stuff, or just is generally based on computerized. It's based on algorithms, isn't it?
Okay.
So let's say you're an insurance company owner. Let's take the haram out of it. Yeah, if your algorithm tells you that Muhammad Ali or someone called Muhammad with a insert African or whatever Arab name after that is 8 times more likely to crash his car than John Smith, are you gonna say, oh no, we can't do that, so and let's just equalize it? Or are you gonna listen to what the computer says and take that off? Because
the computer is stupid anyway.
Because the computer's not racist, isn't
it? How do you know?
Huh?
Because there's
computer is a racist.
Listen, I'm not saying the computer is racist. The computer is stupid. Listen, you can do stuff like, I've heard people saying they're a student to get cheaper insurance. You're a student. You get cheaper insurance if you're a student. How does that make sense?
You're not driving as much.
Doesn't make sense.
You're not driving as much.
Students who are you.
Why is students insurance cheaper? That's odd.
I don't know.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's
the
for example, I know like what is it? I think pharmacists and doctors and stuff like that have higher insurance.
Student nurse makes sense.
Yes, no, but I think because of the you're often tired. So people that are often tired and people that drive in rush hour whilst tired or something like that makes you more likely to crash. Whereas a student nurse is going to be driving at off-peak times because of the shift pattern. So all that stuff, it doesn't come from nowhere. I don't think, I don't believe, maybe I'm being naive, that I don't think somebody's sitting in the room saying, students, yeah, let them be cheap. And but dentists, they're going to pay more. Same way, I don't think.
Listen.
Yeah.
I dare not say I'm my director on my insurance. Otherwise, my insurance is skyrocketing. And then you have some stuff makes sense. Like if you got children, you're obviously gonna drive more careful. If you got screws tight in your head, but other stuff is just. That's why I said the computer.
That's because they looked into it. That's because remember I said I've spoken to people about this, and it's like it all.
Yeah, but someone's name doesn't define who they are. It's ridiculous. And you cannot base statistics based on name.
Yeah, but
people can change their name.
Yeah, but like more people, there's look at us. There's a reason man will say, these Tyrones and these do you know what I mean? There's a reason people say these names, and these names are associated with, because the name is associated with a place or a location, and the location may be associated with a certain culture, and the culture may be associated
with let's stick to name. Let's stick to name.
Right thing. Just because it happens doesn't mean we should accept it. We know it's not right.
Yeah, so that was my question. My question was, so does that mean if you're the person in that insurance company, are you, Ibrahim, are you gonna say, forget how much money this is gonna cost me, I'm gonna make John Smith and Mohammed pay the exact same money, even though based on my numbers the computer tells me that hella Mohammeds are out here crashing whips?
Me being the Muslim that I am,
you know, Eid Day, Whitechapel, them Mohammeds, you know what they're doing? Hella rentals.
Yeah, but okay. But how many people that are that? So everyone that's Mohammed is. It doesn't make sense. There are white people that revert to Islam.
No, but
and they've changed their name to Muhammad.
There's always going to be exceptions. But
these are not exceptions.
That's why they use all the data in it, because the
people going up on High Street on Eid and crashing are the exceptions. It's just that you know of them more than you know of everyone else. How many people are there? Like, there's no. I don't know why this is even a debate, because it's ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous enough, because
it is ridiculous.
I hear what you're saying.
Honestly, obviously added stats and all that and stuff in uni and that, innit? So like,
I understand statistics. I get that, and I get that, but not in this example, not of the name. I get it if they say, okay, even the whole profession thing, student, that's stupid, student. But if you're from a certain profession, and let's say you're covered under business insurance, you've got a van. Okay, cool. If that affects your premium, cool. Because the level of risk is increased. You're carrying goods, you're carrying paint, If you crash, it's gonna damage the interior. Gonna be written off, blah blah. I don't know, but that would make a bit more sense than, huh?
And then just be judging someone by their name.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Yeah. I'm gonna say a name. Yeah, and then I want you to say what type of car this like. So, for example, if I say Charles, you might say Range Rover, or if I say Franklin, you might say luxury car. Do you know what I mean? I want you to, so just the first thing that pops into your head, innit? Cool, yeah.
I'm already thinking of
straight away, yeah. Dola, I want you to do this straight away, yeah. Cool, Mams as well, straight away, yeah. Straight away, cool. No, I just want to. It's a theory, innit? I just want to test something. Cool. Dave, don't think too much. You're thinking too much.
This is not conducive because I've known.
No, Dola, play the game.
Most of the Daves in my life were black. Where Dave's usually a white name.
Play the game.
Where's this guy just gone?
Bruv. Play the game. He'll come at. Play the game. Yeah? Because I know you're both thinking full transit. I know it.
I said Nissan.
No, that's the point I just made. Most of the Daves I've known in my life are black.
Okay.
I went to school with 2 Daves. No. Yeah, I went to college with a Dave. I went to school with Dave. The secondary school with a Dave. They were both black. Whereas most people be thinking Dave white.
And he started saying, but I'm not talking about white people. I didn't say full transit is a black car or a white car. You're the one who started saying black people. So are you saying that only full transit?
No. Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Did you not hear what I just said?
What did you say?
I knew the point you were getting at, which is why I said most people assume Dave is a white thing. I went to school with Dave, who was black.
Bro, I'm just saying
I know
names,
people.
Bro. I'm not. I ain't saying it. I'm a computer and I'm just throwing out names, man.
I'm just coming to the
Let's
point.
try again. Round 2.
Where you're coming from, where you were trying to come from.
Round 2. No, just play the game, bro. Play the game. And I want answers within a split second. Jamal.
Nissan Micro.
Your waist, man.
He's waffling.
Yeah, what?
The first I thought of Astra.
Cool. Babatunde.
Ford GT.
What's your problem?
Dola, why are you being difficult? Play the game, bro. Play the game.
All right.
Kumar.
RS3.
Forget it. It's finished. Dula's work with this game. He's ruined it.
Audi, you know what? Actually, I just said Audi RS3 randomly, even regardless of the name. But Kumar and Audi RS3, you could say Kumar Asian Audi RS3. Do you know what an Audi RS3 is?
Bro, you was thinking.
You know what an Audi S3 is?
I know. Right. I know what Dula was thinking. Dula was thinking Toyota Prius, but that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's
but
anyway, I said all of that.
You could say Audi RS3. Do you know what Audi RS3 is?
I know what an Audi RS3 is, but you're like, so this is not a car.
So that kind of goes with your point, if anything. Because you just said brothers going down. I said Asian, Kumar Asian, RS3.
Fine.
So if anything, you're meant to, it's meant to go with your point, no?
You've disappointed me.
No?
You've disappointed me.
No?
The people are not going to be happy with you because you're not being honest.
Okay, ban them.
You don't want to expose yourself.
Ban all of you.
The stereotypical that you are.
I'm racist.
Right. Me.
Talking of going back to racism, what, like, this is what I get. Just jumping off this, from this estate agent, the whole situation that I'm in, going to the Tesco advert that was cancelled because black people in it and people are complaining, we're not represented.
Oh, these times,
you've got flipping Play-Doh in the adverts, you've got carrots representing people. No one's going to talk about those. But when you want to talk about a one advert with a black family in a Tesco advert, no, take it down. It doesn't represent us.
And man, then BRB though.
And then people, and then all these Karens want to get upset when we say, huh?
Sorry, I'm back in 5 minutes.
What you say, Abdulmalik?
I'm back in 5 minutes. Sorry. Back in 5 minutes.
All right. Yeah. All these Karens want to get upset when you mention that the UK is racist. I'm sorry, but
That just, do you know what? Yeah, it's just that's the racism in this country, and it's that kind of stuff doesn't surprise me anymore. Hearing that these men want adverts taken down because it's a black family, that it doesn't surprise me. But then they don't want to admit to their own racism. It's subtle. It's microaggressive. It's undertones. So they're not they're not brazen enough to say it to your face.
Microaggressive, covertly racism.
It's the kind of stuff they'll do. What happened on TV that they got like bare Ofcom complaints? I think it was Britain's Got Talent, and it was the comedian, the black Muslim that was on Britain's Got Talent. He was a comedian, and it was Britain's Got Talent. It was Britain's Got Talent. He did a stand-up act, and it was, I think it was centered around Black Lives Matter, and he got like 10,000 Ofcom complaints. 10,000. Like, do you know how mad
all lives matter?
How mad you have to be to pick up the phone and complain about something you've seen on your TV? You know how mad you have to be to do that. Got like 10,000 complaints of Ofcom because they didn't.
Yeah, man, so, it takes effort as well. You need to call.
It's what I'm saying. It takes so much effort.
If there's so many people calling, you might be in a queue to call. So you're just there sitting there boiling.
So do you know how mad you have to be? And 10,000 people. I don't know if that number's right, but it was a ballpark figure. Let's say 10,000. It was something mad anyway. But do you know how mad you have to be to call up and complain about Britain's Got Talent, bruv? So this stuff isn't surprising anymore, man. It really isn't. I just don't pay attention to it anymore because what can you do?
I was surprised with the whole estate thing. With the other stuff, I'm not really. But estate agent thing, I just, like I said, I just Googled it for the first time. It just popped into my head for the first time. I just thought, let me just see, because it can't. I was in disbelief. Like, I was reading the articles, like, wow. I didn't think this was possible.
Yeah.
And in a few years, some of these properties, after I've called for them and I've not heard nothing, when they said they were calling back the same day or the next day, once they hear back from the landlord, let agreed. Properties off the market.
What makes it even more surprising is because with the nature of their business, landlords are trying to get properties gone quick. They're not trying to hold on to property.
Yeah.
But the nature of their business, it's even more mad to hear that they're actually rejecting people just based off their name. Because ridiculous. As far as I know from landlords, all these men care about is their commission, and they'll do anything to get that commission. So to hear that they're just getting rid of man.
See, the reason why I didn't think of it previously is because I thought, because of the price point that I'm entering at, although it's just a tiny bit above, it's still in a price bracket where the ease of access or entry into that market is particularly high, is where most people can afford. So we're talking, let's say, between even as low as 750 to around the 1,600 mark. A lot of people can afford that. And obviously there's a demand for, people need somewhere to live. So I thought maybe it's because I'm looking at that point in the market.
Yeah, and this is why
the competition's going to be high. But it's not,
why I asked you
what the case. It's not the case, because it got to the point where what I'm doing now, what I've been doing for the past month, is just refreshing and only calling for properties that are saying just listed.
Because I think you need to think about as well, again, with the type of areas that you're looking in, if these are areas that maybe they're trying to gentrify, these are other reasons why they might reject.
A lot of them are, because a lot of them, all of these properties are properties that most people will say are nice.
Or you're not a Thompson.
Ibs, no one heard that though. You cut out though.
Oh, what didn't you hear?
Like, if
you might have to think about if they're trying to, let's say if they're trying to gentrify an area as well.
You said if you're not this, if you're not.
Oh, if you're not a John Smith or if you're not a Sally Thompson, ooh, sorry. If you're not Sally Thompson, then
Who scored?
Bruno. My bad. But yeah,
man just screamed like that because of football. Wow.
If you saw it,
okay. If I saw it, I'll just be like, "Is this what they're going over?" So,
but yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying, bro?
Ibs.
What are you gonna say?
I've said what I wanted to say. Mahmoud or Sora?
Yeah.
No, because I don't know, man. There's little you can say when it's a topic like this, because like if you say certain things, you know, maybe seemed as you're defending, you get me, a racist or whatever. So,
bro, say what you're saying, bro.
Go on.
Listen, yeah.
Bit of banter, mate.
It's not, fam. With this sort of a issue, yeah, you can't just throw around the race card. You get me? Like,
you know, I've called everybody racist on this podcast. Everyone, I've called everyone.
Bro, I just want to say, remember, I started this.
Hold on.
Please, hold on. Let him land. Go on.
Listen, yo. Yeah, man, I can't lie. It's just an issue that I don't feel like can warrant that. Like, there's not enough evidence to tell me that it's because, you get me? If it's because you walked into the shop and boom, they suddenly started screwing up their face that there was a bad smell or something, like, then cool, you know, it may be to do with that. But if you're talking about you being on the phone and you saying your name and then, like, I just, you know.
My answer to that point,
like
is that what else can it be? If they haven't taken your details, if they don't know what you do, if they don't know your salary,
that's what I'm saying. If you've spoken to 40 different people, if you've spoken to 40 different people,
yeah,
like, have you tried to look at like what it could have been on your side? Is it the way you're greeting them? You get me?
Yes, 100%.
So how would you get on the phone? Like, how would you get on the phone and speak to them?
Bro, man, you guys have seen the way I talk on the phone. I'm not talking on the phone. I talk on the podcast. This is not how I speak to people.
Yes. Okay,
when professionally.
I hope so.
Okay.
Like, this is not. I'm a businessman. This is not how I conduct myself in a work situation. I'm not. This is for the man the minute. This is how I interact with people I'm close with or I know. With Mandem. This is not how I conduct myself when I'm with strangers or in a business setting.
This is what I'm saying though. Okay, yeah.
I just want to mention to you, the first thing is I made sure I started this subject stating the fact that you guys know me. I'm not one to pull the race card. Rarely, ever. If I pull the race card, you know it's a situation because I don't talk about, obviously I talk about race because I'm conscious. I'm not a pick-me. But at the same time, I'm not someone who easily just goes, oh, it's because I'm black. Am I?
No.
Think before you answer.
No.
Generally,
think before you, fam. I'll be honest. Because
I want you to think of situations.
No, because I'm being honest. Like,
be honest, go on.
How
many times
if I'm
can you think
like,
of
okay,
where...
from last week, obviously I can't cast my mind back to being 12 and 12-year-old Dilla and whether I remember you saying
See,
that.
you had to even think about when I was 12. Anytime where you've seen me...
Hold on, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry,
I'm saying. I can't cast my mind back all that way to think, right, has Dilla ever pulled the race card? Because you haven't, do you get me? But last week, the discussion about, was it last week or when we were in the studio, like your because I remember we laughed at it as well, like we bantered it. Your reason for saying that, you know, we were stopped, it was because we were black, but you know, the number plates weren't the right number plates, and then, you know, we sped out, we reversed straight up, like all of that, yeah. That it can make me foggy, like, or not just me, but anybody listening to this, maybe a bit foggy as to maybe that this is another scenario where I don't think it's the black card. Do you get me?
I hear you, bro. I definitely hear you. But what I would say to that is the topic of the discussion was our experience with the police as black men. So that kind of negates.
You know what? Yeah. Hold on.
What are you gonna say?
This is where I agree with.
And then we'll come back to you, Mams.
Another thing. I think I'm very similar in that light as well. That
I don't like to pull the race card quickly, and especially when these kind of situations arise, I always like to explore both sides of the story rather than hearing one side and just jump into the defense of that side. I always want to hear the other side of it. But in cases like this, when there is an overwhelming amount of evidence in support of what he's saying, 40 different places, that is overwhelming.
So, okay, yeah.
There has to be a common denominator. There has to be something in common that these people are hearing that they don't like the sound of. Right.
Oh man, she's left. I think his connection is poor.
I'll just carry on.
Wait.
But yeah,
like,
until he comes back,
there has to be some sort of there's a common denominator. There's something that all of these people have in common that they're hearing that they don't like. And in this case, that seems to be what it is, especially on top of the fact that you've gone and you've done your research and you found articles where they've said the exact same thing that what you're talking about.
Exactly, it's carbon copy of everything I'm going through.
And it's undeniable for me. It's undeniable. There's no question about it, and there's no reason to play devil's advocate in these kind of situations either. It's undeniable.
It's a podcast.
I like, man. That's
the thing that takes the biscuit. The thing that takes the biscuit, the thing that even got me thinking to Google that, to just put that in the back of my mind and ponder and go, let me Google this, is because I started to realize, okay, this is a bit mad, because I was refreshing the page, looking at properties that look different, that look decent. If they've got because of COVID, if they've got a virtual tour, a video, I would watch the video and be like, okay, I need to move soon. I don't mind moving there for just 6 months and then moving to a bigger place or whatever because I haven't viewed it, but I need to move. I don't want to be in a situation where I haven't moved and it's the 12th of December. So I was like, I'll just call them, be like, look, I need to place a deposit. And then they would tell me, oh, no. Bear in mind, the place I moved now, I'm in now, I moved here during COVID. Never viewed it, just placed a deposit after seeing the video, same thing. So they would tell me, oh, rah, you need to meet the landlord. The landlord needs to meet you because they need to get on with you. They need to know, you're someone they want to, whatever. They need to get to know you.
No, this
is what they would say every time I say, let me just place the holding deposit now. And then 2 days later, bear in mind, I'm the first person that's called for the property. I've literally called many times after the property has been on the market for like 10 minutes. Bear in mind, I'm the first person that's called for it. Literally 2 days later, properties, you click the link, can't see it, it says let agreed.
I think let's try and, I think like Mams is saying as well, let's try and maybe consider the flip side as well, because if I've gone through the same process and found it relatively easy in comparison to you, and I found it quite easy, then maybe there's stuff that I'm doing that maybe you're not. Maybe.
Exactly.
How many properties have you looked at?
I didn't look up to 40, bro.
How many have you looked at?
Though, because let me come from an example of, I probably looked at 100. I'll be real. I probably looked at 100 coming up to Burns. Do you get me?
That you called for?
Yeah, bro. Called, went in, had talks with them, then left, told them, yo, this is my name. Had viewings with these same people. Katie's still texting me, talking about, well, we've got a similar criteria of property. Do you get me? The issue here
so with
now
both of you now, what type of, were you looking at? 1 bedroom, studios? What were you looking at? 2 bedrooms?
1 bed flats and studios, literally.
And you, Ibs?
So not studios, 1 beds, 2 beds.
2 beds?
Yeah, 1 bed, 2 bed, yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, detached, semi-detached houses in areas, like you said, that are, most people would say will look nice, or where there's gentrification. You know what? I don't even know why I'm arguing. I'm not.
But this is the thing, though. The reason why.
What was my question to you? What was my first question to you when you were talking in the beginning? That was my first question. Where are you looking? That was my first question.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe, and it is, maybe me and Mams, maybe the place that we're looking at is lower stakes, studios, 1 beds, whereas he's looking for a house in predominantly white.
the experience is
perfect place for a farm.
But it's still renting though. It's still renting. Like it's still a landlord.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like a mortgage and whatnot,
okay.
then we're talking two different steps. Like the fact that it's still renting is still the same concept. A landlord, looking for tenants.
Okay.
Literally, because the property isn't. You get me? It's not yours.
Yeah.
It's the landlord's property. So they're worried about who it is renting, taking the property off their hands.
I get that.
So what I'm saying is, with the maybe 50, 60 that I contacted, there were a few dodgy sounding ones, but then I didn't go straight towards it being race, even though it was
that's
more
the thing.
than 10.
I didn't go straight towards it being race. I only went to this recently. I'm talking after maybe about.
Then it was after he did the research that he kind of he saw what was in what he was reading in the article.
This is different though.
I didn't jump straight to it
because when I asked like earlier on in this discussion,
I told you I've been through this before to a smaller degree.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whole research thing. I said, have you done your due diligence? Have you done the whole feedback process? You said no, and that's what's made me jump to feedback process.
Like look through their feedback.
No, hold on. No, like review. Yeah. Have you looked at reviews? I asked that specifically, and I asked that at the beginning because when I asked you, okay, you've spoken to 40. What makes you think it's your skin color? You said what you thought was your skin color. I then said, okay, have you Googled them, looked at the reviews to see if similar people have had issues? And you said no. So from you saying that from then I've said in my head, this isn't somebody that's looked at like the broad scope. Because if you looked at the reviews and all of them are also saying that, I've had similar discrimination, then, bro, there's nothing to defend. I can't defend nothing like that. But if you haven't looked at the reviews, like literally, there could be one Lucy in the department who you just happen to have called on that day, who's just she's been a like
40 different times though.
Shall I tell you why? Because I've contacted about multiple properties. Sometimes from the same estate agent. And different people would pick up and I would explain to them, like, what's going on? Because I've called, you're saying you're going to call me back now, but I've been told the same thing about property A, B, and C. Remember this and this? I spoke to Alex. He told me this and this. I never heard nothing from them. You guys do this all the time. And you're like, oh, no, well, there's nothing we can do. We just have to get you to speak to the landlord first. Standard procedure, blah, blah, blah.
Cool. Again, one more, real quick, This is another point, With certain like industries, let's not look at, because what I've said so far in defense of them has been, and not racist, in defense of these specific companies that you said, maybe there's a Lucy on the line that is just, a problem. So she's not got good customer service or whatever. Yeah. Now what I'm gonna say is there's some industries that are just known for poor. Do you get me? Just poor communication.
I'll be honest.
Poor communication. Like literally, it's an industry-wide problem. NHS, for example, maybe some, like cleaners. Maybe people might say, they're rude or whatever in the bathrooms at clubs or whatever. The cab drivers, they some of them, don't know when to stop speaking. With construction, for example, a lot of the project managers are lads. So when they speak on the phone, they're always swearing and all of that. Like estate agents are known for being like
negligent.
Like, the kind of chewing gum girls kind of on the phone, and do you get me? Them kind of people just they can write down your name and then later on
I've called for over 40 properties, bro. There has, if your thing is right, surely there has to have been an anomaly. At least one of them I called one had called me back.
So you're saying all 40 are racist?
To wrap this up, let me just ask. So because we only got like 4 minutes left. So what possible things do you think it could be? Because you've given, what are the solutions? Like what things could it be that you think he might be doing wrong or could do better to with these same companies. Because at the end of the day, 40. Because what are reviews gonna tell you?
You should tell them his name is John Smith.
So in response to that,
I know when it gets to references, you'll find out my names.
I don't think it matters what name you give them. Like, what I'm saying here is that I feel like it's an industry-wide problem. It's an industry-wide problem because, like, if I was coming from an angle of, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Every time I've spoken to an estate agent, they've been calm with man. Then it's a bit questionable because it's too. Do you get me? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I know what you're talking about. I've experienced what you're talking about. I experienced it coming up here. You get me? What I'm saying is the fact that I've experienced exactly what you're talking about. I'm not questioning whether it's a black thing because I've had issues with raw. You know, yeah.
You said you've had
chatting to me like I'm saying they.
Can I just mention 2 points?
Hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Got 3 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah?
What I'm saying is I know what it feels like to be stereotyped, to be discriminated against. So now that I'm saying I've experienced what you're experiencing now, I'm not gonna call it. It's because I'm black that they were moving iffy and not taking down, not responding to my calls and not following up with all of that. I'm not gonna put it to that because I've experienced it and it's not on the same level. These people are just they're not right. Do you get me? It's not a job that requires skill. It's one of those jobs that I can apply. I can go to. It's one of them jobs that I can go to an estate agent tomorrow and ask them, can I get a job? And they'll probably just give me the job. So that's a person that has no sort of customer service that they've given the job. Now you've gonna call them. Like, that's the sort of industry it is. That whole estate agency industry. Like, you don't have to go to uni to become an estate agent. Usually it's just, it could be 17-year-olds on the reception. Do you get me?
Yeah,
that you're calling.
But it's quickly though, because time's gonna run out like any second. But it's kind of like you said, it's an industry-wide problem. But then it's not. So what is Dollar meant to like? What is he meant to do? And say it in 20 seconds because I'm wrapping up after that because the thing's gonna lock off.
I don't think it's not a dollar problem. It's not a me problem. It's not a you problem. It's an industry problem. So it's about about them sorting out that problem. Do you get me?
I'm just gonna mention 3 points quickly.
All right, brother. It's telling me less than a minute.
First of all,
anyway.
I've been belling them to the point where they don't need to do nothing. I've been belling them. I've been a pest. So there's nothing they can say. Secondly, I didn't come to the conclusion that it was a race thing until I read the article and it literally pinpointed to the T everything that I've been through. Mm-hmm. So that's where I've come to the point where it can't be anything. Anyway.
Cool. Dollar, inshallah, your wife's running you a hot bath because, looks like you need it. Just chillax. Have a light one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rush to exit, but obviously socials and that people. Let us know what you think because this is obviously interesting. And there's clearly 2 kind of different sides.
Oh yeah. If you guys have experienced the same things, what kind of problems you've had? In these kind of industries.
Tell us who you agree with in the comments. Tell us who you agree with or what side of the argument you kind of fall on.
No one's commenting.
Sorry that we spent the whole episode on this, but obviously it was a topic that ran true with a lot of the men them. Yeah, man. Like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. Yeah, man. Sorry about the rushed ending, but it is what it is. Zoom in it. Back in the studio. Is it lockdown ending? So what? Next week?
Next week.
I think maybe we'll do one more Zoom and then we'll be back in the studio. I don't know because I think it's Tuesday, but we'll see inshallah. Yeah, man.
All right.
Yes. If you're listening to this, then that means you're a special person. Do you know why you're a special person? Because you're listening to Jollof after Jummah. And if you want to be even more special and get more love from us, like and subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe on whatever podcast forum you're listening on. And tell your friends to tell your friends. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.